This is an inspirational story called A Mother's Hands. A very clever young man applied for a managerial position in a big company. He passed the first interview, then saw the director who did the last interview and made the final decision. The director discovered from the CV that the young man's academic achievements were excellent all the way, from the secondary school until the postgraduate research. He never had a year when he did not score good grades. The director asked, "Did you obtain any scholarship in school?" The young man answered, "None." The director asked, "Was it your father who paid for your school fees?" The young man answered, "My father passed away when I was 1 year old. It was my mother who paid for my school fees." The director asked, "Where did your mother work?" The young man answered, "My mother worked as a clothes cleaner." The director requested the young man to show his hands. The young man showed a pair of hands that were smooth and perfect. The director asked, "Have you ever helped your mother wash the clothes before?" The young man answered, "Never. My mother always wanted me to study and read more books. Furthermore, my mother can wash clothes faster than me." The director said, "I have a request. When you go back today, go and clean your mother's hands, and then see me tomorrow morning." The young man felt that his chance of landing the job was high. When he went back, he happily requested his mother to let him clean her hands. His mother felt strange, happy, but with mixed feelings. She showed her hands to her son. The young man cleaned his mother's hands slowly. His tears fell as he did that. It was the first time he noticed that his mother's hands were so wrinkled and there were so many bruises on her hands. This was the first time the young man realized that it was this pair of hands that washed the clothes every day to enable him to pay the school fee. After finishing the cleaning of his mother's hands, the young man quietly washed all the remaining clothes for his mother. That night, mother and son talked for a very long time. The next morning, the young man went to the director's office. The director noticed the tears in the young man's eyes and asked, "Can you tell me what you have done and learned yesterday?" The young man answered, "I cleaned my mother's hands and also finished cleaning all the remaining clothes." The director asked, "Please tell me your feelings." The young man said, "Number one, I know now what appreciation is. Without my mother, there would not be the successful me today. Number two, by working together and helping my mother, I only now realize how difficult and tough it is to get something done. And number three, I have come to appreciate the importance and value of family relationships." The director said, This is what I am looking for to be my manager. I want to recruit a person who can appreciate the help of others, a person who knows the sufferings of others to get things done, and a person who would not put money as his only goal in life. You are hired. Later, this young person worked very hard and received the respect of his subordinates. Every employee worked diligently as a team. The company's performance improved tremendously. A child who has been protected and habitually given whatever he wanted would develop entitlement mentality and would always put himself first. He would be ignorant of his parents' efforts. When he starts work, he assumes that every person must listen to him, and when he becomes a manager, he would never know the sufferings of his employees and would always blame others. As a parent, you can let your kid live in a big house, eat a good meal, learn piano, watch a big screen TV, but when you are cutting grass, please let them experience it. After a meal, let them wash their plates and bowls. It is not because you do not have money to hire a maid, but it is because you want to love them in a right way. You want them to understand, no matter how rich their parents are, one day their hair will grow grey, same as the mother of that young man. The most important thing is your kid learns how to appreciate the effort and experience the difficulty and learns the ability to work with others to get things done. Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and the notification bell for new updates every week.